Another week.
Yeah. The president of El Salvador was at the White House today,
I
and
saw. Wasn't that an eventful meeting?
I don't even have words for how embarrassing he is. It is actually unbelievable.
We've got to stop being embarrassed, LV. So stop. Don't be embarrassed. You didn't raise them.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've seen what his mom looks like. So I guess. But here's the thing, like Stephen Miller during that meeting straight up lied, twisted the words of the Supreme Court and said that they ruled with the White House when it couldn't have been further from the truth.
Have you seen Stephen Miller? He doesn't look like he could tell the truth if it was jumping in his face. Looks like a light bulb.
Well, and the gavel grifter was doing it as well.
Oh,
She's great.
isn't she?
And Trump seems to really like her. Do you want to see this fun little thing?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Now, keep in mind, all their voices have been changed because I can't stand listening to them.
Perfect.
Supreme Court ruled, President, that if, as El Salvador wants to return, and this is international matters, foreign affairs, you are doing a great job.
Look at Marco. Did you see Marco?
Yeah, I zoom
Yeah,
in
Marco's
on him
having a
later.
time. He's embarrassed.
I mean, he went along with the narrative, but you can tell by his facial expressions.
He knows this is some mess.
Yeah, because he legitimately, from everything I've heard, actually, at least at some point, was sane.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
So what happened? Did he drink Kool-Aid?
I think that he wanted the power.
And no, look where he is. He's sitting on that same couch. You remember the couch when we had another visitor and he looked like he wanted to go through the couch? Yeah.
Do you know, like, every time I see him sitting on that couch now, A, I think of that moment, and B, I watch him.
I just
because I
watched
wanna
him.
see
That's
what
why I
he's
was like,
doing.
what is he doing?
Yeah,
He wants
I
to roll
always want to see
around.
what he's doing. I believe it was Caitlin Collins that asked the question about Kilmar Abrego Garcia and whether or not El Salvador would be returning him. She asked that directly to President Bacali. Is that how you say his name? I can never remember. Anyway, the president of El Salvador.
The other
Yeah.
sitting president.
Yeah. And instead of letting him answer, Trump jumps in, asks Pam Bondi, and then goes on to everybody's favorite gremlin, Stephen Miller.
You just also respond to that question because, it's asked by CNN and they always ask him with a slant. Because they're totally...
was raised at the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said the district court order was unlawful, and its main components were reversed 9-0 unanimously.
Well, the ruling in the Supreme Court, chief, was a 9-0.
Yes, it was a 9-0.
In our favor.
In our favor.
Well, they'd love to have a criminal, reaction to it. I mean, there's a precedent. They would love it. Yeah. Sick.
The only sick people are them.
Exactly. So, we called him a little gremlin. It's like a goblin.
Yeah, he is a goblin. He's like the ghoul next door.
Oh, that's sweet. Do you think there's any repentance with anybody here?
Certainly not with the Golden Toilet Goblin.
Yeah, Mr.
Certainly not with
Squishy.
him. Mr. Squishy.
I mean, based on his health report, he's 6'3" and 224. So he's like combine ready.
Yeah, okay.
He's ready to go play in the NFL at 78. He's in excellent health.
When are they going to give that?
They said he's 5'10" and like 274. I didn't see anything about those bone spurs either. Did you see that in his medical record? It's been obliterated from his medical record. He's got a little scaring from his ear. Scary.
He is a specimen.
Okay.
I don't think it's the kind of specimen he thinks. Because first of all, I don't understand why we're lying about this. Second of all, I don't know who believes it.
We see him. We see him in that body.
Yeah, sir. No.
This doesn't work for you.
It's really cute that you think people believe this shit.
You think that we are dumb just because of your cabinet being dumb. We are not dumb. The American people are smarter than what you think. Some of us.
About that joke again with I've seen cabinets at IKEA smarter.
Absolutely.
I mean, speaking of that though, do you know when you Google Trump assassination, it will come up with extra searches like assassination attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3.
I knew it was, the one in July that scared his ear. Yeah. That ended up with a fatality of this young man. And then wasn't there one At Mar-a-Lago, they said someone was about to scale the fence. Yeah. What was number 3? Wisconsin?
He is in Wisconsin, and
He had a spree going here.
yeah,
Like, got his parents and then was going to head on out. Strategy here. What was the strategy?
so supposedly he killed his parents for financial reasons and to basically be emancipated.
Okay.
Because
So,
then he was a very active white supremacist.
was he?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of Nazi fun.
Little Yahtzee work?
Little
Okay.
Yahtzees.
So, killed his parents, I guess, left them in the house, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they found approximately 2 weeks later.
And he'd been living there? Okay, so therefore, we don't need to say anything else. If you've been sitting there with that, there's an altered state here going on anyway. So, yeah, our guy. How did he get caught?
So a classmate, as the 17-year-old, one of his classmates told the sheriff's office in March that, however you pronounce this guy's name, we don't even need to say it because
Yeah, he doesn't need any attention.
I had told him he planned to kill his parents, but did not have access to a gun,
Okay.
according to the affidavit.
So he decided, I'm going to get a gun and I'm just going to go through with my plans. Oh, these new criminals tell what they're about to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Not wise. Discretion is key.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence, but if you're going to
Nope.
do it, I mean.
Well, apparently he was also going around saying that he had contacts in Russia.
Okay.
And there was some Adolf Hitler love.
One class, early
Yeah, I
lunch,
would assume.
window, liquor.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so didn't happen. Here we are. But I don't think this will be the last one. I don't think this will be the last attempt.
No.
I mean, we're going
Not
strong
saying
right
we will have
now.
anything to do with it. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And
But-
we are not proud of those moments if they ever happen. We won't be picking out dresses, okay?
No.
So, okay. But yeah, I'm still going back to the guy in Butler. They said this was him. He climbed on this building. We saw him and he's no longer with us, but we haven't heard anything from his family. Like, what happened here? It's like the biggest mystery.
Yeah. You know,
Because I'm very confused. You would think you would hear about this if that was a realistic attempt. I have my thoughts on this. I don't know if I believe that was a realistic attempt.
No, I don't believe it was either, because there was a lot of pro MAGA on his social media. So there was a lot more to that.
But you know what? That's what's going to be the one to end up doing it.
Oh, 100%. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Always.
Because they are not happy with what they voted for. So the blinders are coming off. They're saying it. And it's like, here we are. And I'm embarrassed. And so my embarrassment leads to what? Acting out, not strategic.
Good luck, Mr. Squishy Pants.
Keep your diaper on.
Making people mad.
China is having a time with us. Do you hear me? And I'm entertained by it. And I see people saying that Americans should not be happy about what's going on. And Americans should not be cheering for China. And I'm sorry, but I understand their grievances because guess what? We have the same ones. This was unnecessary. You fucked around with some people that you didn't have to. Leave them alone. And I am a big believer, leave people alone.
And the way I look at it is there are Chinese merchants coming out and trolling, which is incredible.
Yes.
And I'm supporting the merchant,
Absolutely.
not the Chinese government. Because last time I checked, tariffs affect the everyday person.
Absolutely. And they're telling you how to get around not having to pay for the tariffs.
Yeah. So stop complaining.
Yeah.
And get your Lulu.
Have you gone to the site though?
Not
See if
yet.
you can find. Okay. You're going though. I want the furniture, restoration hardware. I know. And both of us are bag girlies. So I feel a way about all of this. So I'm not even going to go down that path. Okay. Let's talk about another crazy from the weekend in your neck of the woods.
Coming after my governor.
They scaled the fence and came in his house.
Yes, he wanted to beat him. Why do they always, it's like
Like a Nancy
hammer.
Pelosi type of
Yeah.
situation. So was he alone in the act?
Supposedly, yes.
Okay.
And so, unfortunately, everything that I have read states that he was not in a good way. He had the law coming after him.
He just said, F it. I have nothing to lose.
The
Pretty much.
BBC's headline said police say Pennsylvania arson suspect would have attacked governor. And he was an auto mechanic who faced personal and financial turmoil. Ex-wife, baby mama, like no one said anything
Of the
very
crop.
nice. His mother said that he had mental health issues and he had fairly recently stopped taking his medication. And so it sounds like he full on snapped. And I mean, he did a really good job.
I mean, are we looking at insanity here? Yeah, I see the groundwork being laid for it here that he, went off his rocker. I don't know. I feel some kind of way about that. When people act out, then all of a sudden we frame it as insanity.
And like they were woken up by their detail, their state trooper detail.
Not by the smell
No,
of what
because
was.
yeah, but the house was on fire. And fortunately, everyone in the home got out.
That's a blessing because that doesn't happen all the time.
No, and it was they were celebrating Passover.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's very evil spirited.
yeah. And he had a lot of anti-Biden, but he also had, according to some articles, whether it is true or not, had reportedly had some anti-Trump as well. So I think he just hates politicians.
Yeah, he feels like politicians have done something to him. They've taken things away from him, so I'm going to act out. And this is what we're going to start seeing.
Yeah. It just makes me sad because people like Josh Shapiro are fighting the good fight. I would love for him to run for president. He is a phenomenal man. He's been a great governor. He was a great attorney general. I mean, he went toe to toe with Trump. So I just,
Prayers for his family. That's got to
Yeah.
be traumatic, having to relocate. I mean, he's destroyed the governor's mansion. And I saw the fence. I was very surprised. The fence didn't look very secure by any means. Okay. We got to do better, though. Harrisburg people, if you're listening,
Well, hopefully this will
let's do
light a
something
little.
about this, right?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah, because
something
I
about it.
really like my governor. So can we just try to keep him alive and not burn down state buildings?
Yeah, that
Because my tax-paying dollars are going to go to.
rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully this man that did whatever he did, if he did have a mental break, I don't want to make jokes about it. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs, but he needs to be contained where this does not happen. And obviously he's not in a state that he can take his medicine unsupervised.
So apparently his mom tried, but
So like we're cutting funding for different things and think about mental health.
yeah.
It's always the mental health people that get shitted on, to be perfectly honest. They do.
Mental health should not be a luxury. It should be accessible to everyone. From what it sounds like he was struggling personally and financially. He had lost his
just
job,
went off.
all these things. Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect storm. But so who knows? Maybe he couldn't afford his medication. Maybe he couldn't afford the doctor appointment.
But does family step in?
Yeah. Well, I'm not making excuses at all.
Yeah.
But
I'm just wondering about that. Like, what's the next line of defense for that? And here's the thing. If we watch the news every day and see what is going on and how our country is being attacked internally from within, not from other people,
I mean,
you will lose it. You will lose it. It's high stress, but you need to be informed. And people losing their job. You got your job back. Oh, no. You're not coming back to work. People are struggling just every day to keep food on the table. And unfortunately, this is going to be 2008 times 15. This tariff war with China is really, really wild. And it didn't have to be.
No, being in a trade deficit is not always a bad thing. That means we have a lot of people that want a lot of stuff and can afford it.
Do you remember when Kamala Harris said that he was going to be the laughing stock of the world? What do you think's happening right now? Everything that woman said.
I mean, Hillary too.
Hillary said it. The women knew. Everybody knew what was going to happen, and yet we are living it because we didn't listen to the women, the Black woman or the white woman. And here we are. And so we're going to have more instances like what happened at Josh Shapiro's house with just normal everyday people that have snapped out because they don't see a way to there's no end in sight.
It's terrifying. On that note,
it's just beginning of the week. This is just from the weekend.
Yeah.
So Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you all on Friday. What is going to happen between now and then?
Well, I mean, we know that our NFL yielding president, he's ready to go to the combine. He's in pristine shape. He's
in pristine shape to, shove some hamburgers in his mouth. That's about it.
Perfect shape, but he's taking statins.
Make that make sense.
Welcome to America.
Hey, have a great week, y'all.
We'll talk to you on Friday.
That's a wrap on this episode of At Me Later. We drop new bite-sized episodes packed with news and sass every Tuesday and Friday. So make sure you're following us wherever you get your podcasts. And because we love validation, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a review, and drop a comment to let us know what you think. It helps us more than you know. At Me Later is an A Collective production, and we'll be back in your ears soon. But until then, stay loud, stay opinionated, and as always, at us later. In today's episode, we lightly touched on mental health struggles, the real messy, not always easy kind. If you're in a dark place or just feeling overwhelmed, please know you're not alone. You can call or text 988 for free 24/7 support. You'll get a real human who actually listens. No judgment, just help. You are not alone. You are not too much. There's hope, and it starts with 988. Look at you. You're so professional. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so I was
Let's do it again so we can see this.
Time, but it's crazy.
This is lunacy.
So why is it still this?
How did he get caught? Oh, we're winning here, LV. We can just skip that. Let's skip it out. Frame it as insanity.
Supreme Court ruled, President, that if...
Oh, we got to look at our girl again.
Right. Thank God I'm good at editing.
It's in here. It's in the text.
I usually mark them.
We're winning.
Okay, no, I didn't label them this time. All right. Woo! Bye.